Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Anaconda, which is a Python distribution on your Windows 10 operating system. So first of all, what is Anaconda? So Anaconda is a free and open source distribution of Python and R programming language for data science and machine learning related applications. Now Anaconda comes with very nice tools such as Spyder and Jupyter Notebook, which are also used by the beginners to learn Python using these tools because they are really easy and convenient to use. So let's see how we can download and install Anaconda on our Windows 10 operating system. So first of all, you need to search for anaconda.com on your favorite browser, and the first link which will appear here will be obviously from the anaconda.com website. So we are going to go into this website, and once this website is open, on the left hand side you will be able to see this downloads button, which is a green button here. So I'm going to click on this downloads button, and once this downloads section opens, you can see you can download Anaconda for Windows, macOS and Linux. So by default Windows is selected for us, and you can see Anaconda 5.2 is the latest version which is available at the time of making this video. Also, you will be able to see that you can download Anaconda with two versions of Python. One is Python 2.7 version and other is Python 3.6 version. So the one we are going to download is this one, which comes with Python 3.6 version, and I'm going to click on this download button and then the download will start. So this is about 331 megabyte file. So I will first of all download it and save it to my Windows operating system. So now this Anaconda executable file is downloaded on my Windows operating system. So I'm going to just double click on this executable file, and I'm going to minimize my browser and my folder explorer also. So now the installation of Anaconda is started. I just need to click next on this window, and here I just need to agree with these license terms and conditions, and I just need to click I agree here. And now you will see this kind of window which will ask you if you want to install Anaconda just for you or for all the users using this PC. So I'm going to choose the next option which says all users and click next. And this is the default location where Anaconda will be installed on your system. So this will be installed by default in your C directory, and in your C directory there will be a directory called program data, and inside the program data there will be a directory which will be created with a name Anaconda 3, and you can see the space requirements here. So it will take around 3 GB space to install Anaconda on your Windows 10 operating system. So make sure you have this much amount of space on your Windows operating system, and then I'm going to click next. And here you will see two options. One is for setting the environment variables, and other is to register Anaconda as the system Python 3.6. So when I check this checkbox, you will see that this text turns into red and it says not recommended. Instead, open Anaconda with Windows Start menu. So what I will recommend here is, if you have any version of Python installed on your Windows operating system previously, for example, it can be either from python.org or from previous version of Anaconda, I will suggest to leave this unchecked. If you are installing Python for the first time and Anaconda for the first time, then I will suggest you check this checkbox. Okay, so on my system I don't have any previous version of Anaconda or Python, so I will check this checkbox, and now I'm going to click install. Now this installation step is going to take good amount of time because it will take around 3 GB space on your PC, so it will take some time. So I will wait for the installation to complete. So after some time I see this message which says installation complete. So I'm going to click on next button, and on this next window it says Anaconda has partnered with Microsoft to bring you Visual Studio Code. So if you want to install Visual Studio Code on your Windows operating system, then you can just click on this button which says install Visual Studio Code. Otherwise, you can skip this option. So in my case, I'm going to click on this skip button and I'm going to just uncheck these two checkboxes, and now I'm going to click on the finish button. So now once Anaconda is installed on your Windows operating system, we can just search for Anaconda here, and it's going to give you few options. First is Anaconda Navigator and other is Anaconda Prompt. So for now, I'm going to just click on the Anaconda prompt. So first of all, we are going to check the Python version on this Anaconda prompt. So I'm going to just write Python -- version here and then press enter. And you can see it says Python 3.6.5, which is from Anaconda Inc. So this is the version of Python which is installed on my system. Also, you can check which version of Conda which is installed on your system. So you can give this command conda info and then press enter, and it's going to give you the version of Conda which is installed on your system with Anaconda. Now if you don't know what is Conda, Conda is an open source cross-platform language agnostic package management system which is very useful to install some Python packages when you are developing in Python. And now you can also see the version of Conda which is installed on your system. This is Conda version 4.5.4 on my system at the time of making this video. So let's say if you want to install NumPy, you can just give this command conda install and then NumPy here, and then press enter, and NumPy will be installed on your system. Let me make these fonts a little bit bigger so you can see what am I typing. So I'm going to just use the font 20 here, and now you can see this font is a little bit bigger and you will be able to see what I'm typing. Now as I said, Conda comes with some nice tools like Jupyter Notebook and Spyder. So we will start using this command line. So in order to open Jupyter, you just need to type Jupyter Notebook here and then press enter, which is going to start the Jupyter Notebook. So from here I can choose on which browser I want to open Notebook. Let's say I want to open it on Firefox. And now you can see Jupyter Notebook is started on your Firefox browser or whatever browser you have chosen. Now in order to create a new project in Python, I can just go to the directory where I want to create this Python file, and then I'm going to go on the top right hand side where it says new, and first of all I'm going to create a folder, and once this folder is created, I'm going to check this folder and I'm going to rename this folder first of all. So let me just rename it to the Python folder. And once this folder is created, I'm going to go inside this folder, and now I'm going to once again click on new, and this time I'm going to choose Python 3 here. And once you do that, you will see this kind of Jupyter interface will open. So here you can type some Python commands. So for example, I want to just add 2 numbers. In order to evaluate this command, you need to just press Shift Enter, and this command will be evaluated. Okay, so once again, when I try to do some math here and when I press enter, nothing happens. It will just give you one extra line where you can type once again your code. So once again I'm going to type my Python script, and then once again I'm going to press Shift Enter, and this time it will be evaluated. Okay, so this enter command is used, for example, if you declare a variable x is equal to 6, and then if you want to multiply this x by some number, for example, let's say 6, and then when I press Shift Enter once again, this will be evaluated. So in order to evaluate a command, you need to press Shift Enter. Now if you want to save this notebook, you can see right now it is untitled, so you can give some title to this notebook, for example, and then I'm going to just save this file. So we have successfully changed the name of this file, and you can see unsaved changes. So we are going to save our changes by clicking on file, and then we will say save and checkpoint, and now you can see auto saved. So this file is now saved. So now when I go to the location where I have saved this file, I have saved this file in my desktop and then in the Python folder, you will be able to see first Python test with the extension IPYNB. So this is the Python Jupyter Notebook extension which you can use anywhere else wherever you want. So now let me minimize the browser and I'm going to once again search for Anaconda here and once again open the Anaconda prompt. And now in order to start Spyder, you need to type this command, start Spyder, and then I'm going to press enter, and you will be able to see after some time this kind of icon will appear which says Spyder 3, and for the first time when you start Spyder, it will ask you to provide some permissions. So you can click allow access here. So now you can see here our Spyder IDE has been started, and now I will click on OK here. And this is how your Spyder IDE looks like. So here you can type some command, for example 5 + 5, and then in order to execute it, you can highlight this command and once again press Shift Enter, and this command will be evaluated and the output is printed on this right hand side under the console. Also you can press this green button here and then press on run, which will also execute your file in which you are working. So you can see I'm working in my temp.py file. So when I just print something here, so let me print 5 + 5 here once again, and let me save the code and once again click on this green button. You will see output is printed here when you run this temp.py file. So either if you want to execute a single line of code, you can highlight this code or select this line of code and then press Shift Enter, and this will be executed. Or otherwise, if you want to execute the whole file, whatever code you have written in this whole Python script, then you can click on this green button. So this is how you can open Spyder and Jupyter Notebook using Anaconda prompt. Let me close everything for now. Now let me show you one more thing, and that is Anaconda Navigator. So I'm going to just once again search for Anaconda here, and this time I will select Anaconda Navigator, and this will open the Anaconda Navigator. So now I'm going to just click on OK and don't show again. So here you can see the list of all the tools which comes with Anaconda. So these 4 tools, JupyterLab, Jupyter Notebook, QtConsole and Spyder, comes pre-installed with Anaconda, and some tools you can install. So for example, Glueviz, Orange 3, Rstudio and Visual Studio Code you can install at any time by clicking on this install button whenever you want. So from here also you can launch these tools or install the other tools which are right now not installed. So this is how you can download, install and use Anaconda on your Windows 10 operating system. So let's see how we can download and install Anaconda on our Mac operating system. So first of all, you just need to go to this website, which is www.anaconda.com, and you will be able to see this kind of interface, and then you just need to click on the downloads button. And once this download page is open, you will be able to see that this website will automatically detect whether this is Mac operating system or Windows or Linux operating system. And because we are installing this on our Mac operating system, so automatically this option will be selected, which is Mac. And then here you will see 2 options. One is Python 3.7 version and the other is Python 2.7 version. So we are going to install this version, which is the latest version. So I'm going to just click on the downloads button, and then you will be able to see this download will start. Now at the time of making this video, this file is about 634 megabyte file. So it will take some time to download. So I will wait for the download to complete. Also, if you want the cheat sheet for Anaconda, you can provide your email address here and get the cheat sheet using this email address. So now you can see that this pkg file is downloaded. So I'm going to click on this .pkg file, and then I'm going to minimize the browser. And in few seconds, you will see this kind of window, and this says this package will run a program to determine if the software can be installed. So I'm going to just click on continue button, and then I'm going to just click on continue first of all. And here you will get some information about Anaconda. So I'm going to click continue, and then you need to agree with these license terms and conditions. So I'm going to click on continue once again, and then I'm going to click on agree. And now you will see this window which will ask you to provide the destination. So I'm going to just click on install for me only and then click continue. And here you can see 2.2 GB of space will be taken on my computer. So I will just say install, which is going to start the installation of Anaconda on my Mac operating system. So now I will wait for the installation to complete. So now the installation of Anaconda is complete on my Mac operating system, and now you will see this window which will ask you if you want to download and install Microsoft Visual Studio Code on your Mac operating system or not. So I already have Visual Studio Code on my Mac operating system, so I will skip this step and I'm going to click on continue, which is going to show me the summary, and then I'm going to click on the close, which is going to close this window and move this installer to the thresh. So I'm going to just click on move to thresh. And now once Anaconda distribution is installed on our Mac operating system, we can just click on launchpad icon, and then you will be able to see the Anaconda Navigator icon here. So I'm going to click on the Anaconda Navigator icon, which is going to start the Anaconda Navigator. And using this Anaconda Navigator, we will be able to launch Jupyter Notebook or Spyder IDE. So now you can see Anaconda Navigator is launched, and I'm going to first of all click on OK here, and you will be able to see these icons. So here you can find some tools which comes pre-installed with your Anaconda distribution. And these tools are JupyterLab, Notebook, QtConsole, Spyder, Glueviz, or Orange 3 tool. Now there are some tools which you can also install, which is Rstudio or Visual Studio Code. So you will be able to see in this install button under the tool which you want to install, or if it's already installed, you will be able to see this kind of launch button. So let's first launch the Jupyter Notebook using this Anaconda Navigator. So I'm going to click on the launch button, which is going to open the command prompt first of all, and after some time it's going to launch the Jupyter Notebook on your default browser. So now I can see this Jupyter Notebook is launched on the Safari browser, which is my default browser. And let's say I want to go to the desktop first of all, and here let's say I want to create a new folder. So I'm going to click on new here, and then I'm going to just click on folder, and this folder is first of all untitled folder. So I'm going to just click on untitled folder, and once I'm in this untitled folder, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Python 3 here, which is going to open the new notebook on the next tab, which is going to launch the Jupyter Notebook on the next tab. So now from here I can change or give the name to my notebook. So let's say I want to just say this is my first notebook. So I'm going to just say first and then click on rename, which is going to rename this notebook. Now in here I can give some commands. So for example, I want to just test whether it's working or not. So I'm going to just write 2 plus 2 and then press enter. You can see by pressing enter, it's not going to give you the result, but when you press shift enter, it's going to print the output and give you the next cell. So this is how it works. So whenever you want to execute some command or statement, you just need to write that command. So for example, I'm going to just write a equals 3 and then press enter. And let's say I want to print the value of a. So I'm going to just write print a and then press shift enter, which is going to print the value of a, which is 3. So this is how you can now open and use Jupyter Notebook. Now let's see how we can launch the Spyder IDE. So I'm going to go to the Anaconda Navigator once again, and then I'm going to go to the Spyder icon and then click on the launch button, which is going to launch the Spyder IDE. So now you can see Spyder IDE has been started, and here also we are going to just try to do something with Python statement. So I'm going to just write 2 plus 2, and in order to execute this command you just need to select this line and then press shift enter, which is going to execute this statement
on the console, which you can see on the right hand bottom side here. Also, if you want to execute a command, you can directly execute it on the console here. So you can just write 2 plus 2 and it's going to show you the result. In order to import some package, for example, I want to just import numpy. So I'm going to just write import numpy as np and then press enter, which is going to import the numpy module into the console. So now you can use this numpy to just test whatever you want to do. So let me just close this Spyder IDE, and I want to show you one more thing. So if you open the terminal after installing the Anaconda, you can also check for the Conda command if it's working or not. So first of all, what is Conda? So Conda is an open source cross-platform language agnostic package management system which we can use with the Anaconda distribution. So in order to check whether Conda is working fine, you can just write Conda info and then press enter. It's going to show you the information about the Conda version. So you can see Conda version which is installed right now is 4.5.11 at the time of making this video. Now if you want to launch the Jupyter Notebook or Spyder from the terminal, you can also do that. So let me open a new terminal by right clicking on the terminal icon and then press on a new window. And once this terminal is open, in order to start Spyder, I can just write Spyder and then press enter, and this command is going to start the Spyder IDE. Let me open one more terminal and let me show you what is the command to open the Jupyter Notebook. So in order to open the Jupyter Notebook, you can just write Jupyter Notebook, but right now you can see the Spyder IDE is initializing right now. So let's open the Jupyter Notebook also by the command line. So just write Jupyter Notebook here and then press enter, which is going to start the Jupyter Notebook in your default browser, which is Safari in my case. So you can see the Spyder IDE is started using the command line, and also the Jupyter Notebook will start after some time in your default browser. So you can see this Spyder IDE has been started, and I will wait for the Jupyter Notebook to start. So now you can see Jupyter Notebook is also started on Safari. So in this way also you can open the Jupyter Notebook and Spyder IDE using the Mac terminal. So this is how you can download and install and use Anaconda distribution on your Mac operating system.
Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install Anaconda, which is a Python distribution on your Ubuntu operating system. So let's see how we can install Anaconda. So first of all, open your favorite browser and search for anaconda.com, and the first link which will obviously appear here will be from anaconda.com. So just go to this website, which is anaconda.com, and on the right hand top you will be able to see this button which says download in green. So just click on this button and then just scroll down, and you will be able to see the Linux is already selected here, and the latest version of Anaconda at the time of making this video is Anaconda 5.2. Now you will also see here two versions of Python which is available with this Anaconda installation. One is Python 2.7, other is Python 3.6. So what we are going to do is we are going to install the 3.6 version of Python. So I'm going to just click on this download button, which is going to start the download of this .sh file. So I'm going to just save it on my computer, and I'm going to close this window. So now this anaconda.sh file is downloaded on my Ubuntu operating system. So let's see how we can install Anaconda using this .sh file. So on this download page where you have downloaded anaconda.sh file, when you scroll down, you will be able to see these two links. One is how to get Python 3.5 and other Python versions, and other is how to install Anaconda. So we will click on this link which says how to install Anaconda, and let's see what is the official document saying. So first of all, we need to download this .sh file, so that we have already done. Second step is we need to just verify the checksum. We are going to skip this step, and in the third step we need to run the .sh file using this command. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this command from here, and then I'm going to open the terminal. You can open the terminal either by pressing Ctrl Alt T or by going to this show applications icon and then here searching for terminal and then open the terminal from here. Okay, so once the terminal is open, I'm going to just minimize the browser first of all, and once the terminal is open, I can either give this command which is bash, and then because our .sh file is downloaded inside this downloads folder, so this command is enough to run the installer. Okay, so I'm going to just press enter here, and you can see the installation has been started, and here we just need to press enter once again to continue. So I'm going to press enter, and first of all you need to read this license terms and conditions, and if you agree with the license terms and conditions, you need to type yes here and then press enter. Now in the next step, you will be asked to provide the default location where you want to install Anaconda. So the default location is this one. If you want to change it, or if you have the good reason to change this location, you can change it, but for now I'm going to leave it as default. So I'm going to press enter, and then you will see the installation of the packages will start one by one. It will start all the packages related to Anaconda. So I will wait for the installation to complete. So now the installation of Anaconda is almost completed, and at last it will ask you two questions. First question is, do you wish the installer to prepend the Anaconda install location to the path? And here you must ideally type yes. By mistake I have pressed extra enter key here, so this step in my case is skipped. But if you see this question, you may want to type yes here, which will append this export to your bash RC. And now because I haven't typed yes here, I need to add this path manually to the bash RC file. Now the second question is, do you wish to install Microsoft Visual Studio Code? So if you want to install Microsoft Visual Studio Code, you can type yes, otherwise you can type no here. So in my case, I don't want to install Microsoft Visual Studio Code, so I type no here, and then I come out of this terminal. But still, because I haven't typed yes here, so I need to open this .bashrc file. So I'm going to just copy this path, and then using gedit, so I'm going to just write gedit here, and then the path which I have copied, and then press enter here, which is going to open my .bashrc file. And at the end of the bashrc file, I just want to add this line of export. So I will just copy this export from here, and then at the end of this file, I will just add this export at the end. So just add this export to the end of bashrc if you haven't typed yes to this question, and then just save your bashrc file and then close it. And let's go to the website and let's see what it says at the end. So we have done every step here, and at the end it says we need to run source bashrc file in order to reload this .bashrc file into the terminals. So I'm going to just write source and then the path of the bashrc. You can also write .bashrc from here also, because bashrc is present into the home directory, right? So we can directly write bashrc here, or we can give the whole path of bashrc, which is this one, and then I'm going to press enter, which is going to reload this bashrc file into the terminal. So now Anaconda is installed on our Ubuntu operating system, and let's see the last command which we can run. So the last command here which we can run is this Anaconda Navigator command, and this command is going to launch the Anaconda Navigator. So let's run this command. Let me clear the terminal first of all, and let's run this command, which is Anaconda-Navigator, and then press enter. And after a few seconds you will be able to see this Anaconda Navigator here. Okay, so you can click on OK and don't show this message again here, and you can see Anaconda comes with these pre-installed tools. So for example, JupyterLab is pre-installed, Jupyter Notebook is pre-installed, QtConsole is pre-installed, and also Spyder IDE is pre-installed. In addition, you can install some of the packages from this Anaconda Navigator, and these packages are Glueviz, Orange 3, and you can also install Rstudio and Visual Studio Code using this Anaconda Navigator. So to launch, for example, Jupyter Notebook, you can just click on this launch button and Jupyter Notebook will be launched. Okay, but I want to show you how to launch Jupyter Notebook using the command line. So for now, I'm going to just close this Anaconda Navigator, and then I'm going to just say yes, which is going to close the Anaconda Navigator. So first of all, we will check whether Conda command is working fine on our Ubuntu operating system or not after installing Anaconda. So just write Conda info here and then press enter, and you will be able to see this output, and here you will be able to see the version of Conda which is installed on our system. Also, you can run the Conda list command. So just write Conda list and then press enter, which is going to print the list of all the packages which are already there on your Ubuntu operating system. Now let me clear the terminal once again, and now in order to open Jupyter Notebook, you need to type Jupyter Notebook here and then press enter, which is going to start the Jupyter Notebook on the default browser. So you can see Jupyter Notebook has been started on my default browser. Now in order to create a Jupyter project, I can go to the location where I want to save my project. So let's say I want to save my project in the documents directory, and then on the top right hand side I can create a folder here. So let me create a folder. So when you click on create folder, unnamed folder will be created, and then you can check this checkbox and then rename this folder to whatever folder you want. So for example, I'm going to name this folder as Python and then click rename, and this folder will be created. So inside this Python folder, so when I'm inside this Python folder, I can just click on new once again and then click on Python 3, and this will open this new window, and in this new window you can run Python command. So for example, I'm going to just give some Python expression here, 5 plus 5, and to execute this command you need to press shift enter, which will execute this command. Okay, once again I'm going to declare a variable, let's say x is equal to 6, and when I press enter without the shift, it's going to give me the next line, and here I can write some more expression, and when I press shift enter, it's going to execute that command. Okay, so this is how you can execute commands on Jupyter Notebook. Now I can also save this file. So you can see this is now right now untitled, so I can just click on this untitled text here, and I can give some name here. So I'm going to just give first underscore notebook, and then I'm going to click on rename, which is going to rename this file, but still you can see unsaved changes. So to save these changes, you need to click on file and then click on save and checkpoint. And once again, when I open the terminal, so I'm going to open the new terminal, and on the terminal I will go to the location where I have created this file. So cd documents and then Python, and here when I do ls, you will see this file is created, which is first notebook, which is the name of my file. You can see here with the extension ipynb. Okay, so this is how you can run the Jupyter Notebook using the terminal. You can also launch this Jupyter Notebook using Anaconda Navigator also. Now let me close this browser and let me also close this notebook Jupyter server. So in order to close this Jupyter Notebook server, you just need to press Ctrl C here and then press Y and then press enter, and you will come out of this server. So I'm going to close this terminal once again, and on the next terminal, this time I want to start the Spyder IDE using this terminal. So just write Spyder and then press enter, and if you see this message which says segmentation fault or any other error, you can first of all update the Spyder version using the Conda command. So just write Conda update Spyder and then press enter, which is going to update the version of Spyder on your Ubuntu operating system. And once you have updated the version of Spyder using Conda, you can also run this command, which is Conda install and then pyopengl. Okay, and then press enter once again, and now you just need to press Y to proceed. And once this command is successful, we are going to run this Spyder command once again in order to launch the Spyder. And you can see the Spyder is now open. So first of all, I'm going to click on OK here, and in order to run some command or run this Python script, I can for example write something here. So I just want to write 5 plus 5, and then I can select this line which I have written, which is 5 plus 5, and then press Shift Enter in order to execute this command, and you will see here the output of this expression is printed here. If you want to execute the whole file, for example, I will just write here print, and inside the parentheses I will just print hello world, and I will save my file. And I can also press this green button which is used to run your Python file, and you can see hello world is again printed. Once again, I will just correct the spelling of hello here, and then once again I'm going to run this program, and you can see this script has been executed by this Spyder IDE, and the output you will be able to see on the console here. So this is how you can download and install Anaconda with Jupyter Notebook and Spyder IDE. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.